Black Visions TV.
No, don't Robyn's like Shane. He's played a big part today. He's really helped out.
Yeah, man. Big up to Robyn, you know. He's doing big things.
Helping me go through, so I just want to appreciate him.
Bless our peace.
A lot of talent. A lot of people in this camp that have got talent, and that's what's made the show today. So, glory to the Father.
Yeah, bless up. Peace out, yeah?
Yeah,
man. Bless you.
Travisio.
It's coming out. Keep the camera, they say. The camera.
Yeah. I'm alright. I'm having a nice night. My brother's done his book launch. Like, he did a book. He really did a book. It's a big thing. I'm quite proud of. I'm honoured that he chose me to host. Very.
I'm honoured that you hosted.
Are you?
I'm honoured that you hosted.
Everyone's. I was shook, you know. You know, like belly drop out, shook. But everyone's like, no, you're doing good. So I'm like, alright, cool. I can't wait to it. And then look, this is my co-host, but he's chatting, he's lavishing, always. Yeah. That's why he takes over, and I'm taking a shadow. Look.
Changes.
Gabe.
God bless everyone. We got Courtney, the only real one that can see the changes. Enough man don't see the changes. We got Robyn not for writing the book, but for actually thinking of doing something and making it happen. You know, like everyone thinks of ideas, you all think, he made it happen. We got Robyn, we got Rochelle.
We got all you guys.
We got everyone, we got Ryan, we got Shania,
Also, everyone that even a part of it is getting big up. You see this?
The stage is ready.
Oh, wait, we gotta go back on.
We got Robyn Travis, putting it to the street. Everyone, it's emotional. It's emotional. Who's up next? It's not even starting yet.
Right, so next we have a poet, and his name is Alexander. Can you please warm welcome to Alexander?
Give it up for Alexander!
The world belongs to each and every one of us, and quite often we collide. Driven by scurrilous evil forces, one will attack with a clear conscience. In their eyes you will see no remorse. Similar to a dog, trained by its owner to fight. We walk the streets as spiritless beings, not understanding the true meaning of life. Indecent in our ways, we believe we're exercising our freedom, when all along we're locked in a cage. All of us, catalysts to our own demise. Planet Earth is spontaneously combusting, and that's no surprise. Feel the maker's blood boil as we keep on endorsing the lies. Would be so easy to let it all go, but paranoid thoughts got me throwing the first blows. Maintaining this cycle, who's going to break it? Not about to happen, too much profit at stake. The stomach of the beast is aching, feel the fire blazing, righteous beliefs be melting under the heat. Caught in a game of deceit, no space for the weak, no time for defeat. Elite entities manipulate the scenery, space and strategy is how they enslave lives. Promoting spiritless ideology is how they get by. Meanwhile, as we find ourselves on the receiving side, we get convicted and shamed for trying to survive. No one here can claim that they've spared lives, when all along we eat off each other. Capitalistic rules get applied. Scavengers in the food chain. Some of us may team up like hyenas in order to snake out our prey, but the rest get left to roam the jungle alone, and if not smart enough, fall victim to these cannibalistic ways. Nothing left to do but to get on your knees and pray. I look to myself for answers, wondering why life is so cancerous, why people are so blasphemous. I'm just curious to know. I'm coming from a place where there is no harmony to be found, a place where only the wicked get crowned. How can I maintain higher ground when all around me the game is being played? Negative thoughts are being conveyed. Devil's laws are being obeyed. Generations of men are living life through what the evils portray. A fake sense of happiness, reduced to the mindless experience of life, where one is not accountable for their acts, quick to feel the fire blaze and react, unable to retract themselves from the spiritually fractured context of society. Not disciplined enough to hold the tenacity required to elevate and experience life to its full capacity. This is the tragedy, and I'm living through the atrocities, walking a tightrope a millimeter away from insanity. I find myself blissfully caught in the awkwardness of my thoughts. I seek understanding, What is this life? What the hell am I involved in?
Right, so our next performer is Zelda Gunzel. I hope I pronounced it right.
I hope you pronounced it right too. I'm seeing people shake their heads like,
No,
she has not got the X factor. You know, I never.
I did get it right. He's a drawer.
I'm sorry. I don't want any trouble.
I did get it right.
You got it right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
Zelda
let's get
Gunzel.
a real round of applause for the one and only, the fabulous, the amazing, the glorious, the spectacular Zelda Gunzel.
Okay guys, it's nice to be here tonight. A little bit from Croydon, so we're not Tottenham, we're not Hackney, we are Croydon. But let me say that the same trouble we're having in Croydon, you're having down here. So when I heard about Robyn's book and what he was doing, as someone that works with children, I felt so honoured to be here tonight. So what I'm going to do is, I had a big long speech, I was going to go through, but I'm not going to do that anymore, because something that Robyn said tonight really touched my heart. And that was the thing about parents and the importance of what parents' job. Now, I as a parent myself, my son's right there, we as women do try to do a man and woman's job when no man's about. And by me doing so, my children, like Robyn, was affected in certain ways. And I felt it was really important because now, years on, I realised some of the mistakes that I've made and some of my sisters have made, and this is to mothers and fathers, all right? So, I mean, I still like when we can do it natural, I have to read it. Right, so this is a warning from a regretful single mother. I don't want you to make the same mistakes and then reach to the point where you too also discover that the mindless things that you say and do will come right back and be a pestilence to you. Years will pass, however, in oblivion you will remain. Meanwhile, the aftermath of your thoughtless decisions continues to generate strife and pain. Now I see the consequences of my selfish action and lack of self-control. Now I see the obvious impact of being aggressive and destructively bold. Now I see the outcome when a parent forgets to consider their child's feelings. Now here I am, in regret, eating humble pie and supporting spiritual healing. Bear in mind, as your children grow, they adapt a thing called learned behaviour. And if you've made poor choices, the consequences may not work out in your favour. To you mothers that prevent your child from seeing their father, you are robbing them of knowing their full identity. Do you want to become the martyr? Because inevitably, to instill guidance, support and stability will be much harder. Of course, this does not apply if the father is abusive or entertains danger, but you will suffer the consequences if you use your child as an emotional strainer. To you mothers that constantly curse your child's father within their ear play, have you considered the consequences? There is a guaranteed price to pay. Fathers, you must take time out to recognize this advice here too. Remember, a relationship with your child's mother, you decided to pursue. And if you verbally abuse and say offensive things and put down their mother, it is a direct disrespect to your child and their roots, my brother. Okay, that's the first. Okay, this was inspired from a mother who lost their child. Okay, and it's called "The Pain in My Heart." Can you hear me, guys? Yeah. I'm writing this poem in deep unrest, but I'm determined to keep going until I fulfill my quest. I'm talking to you, the unrestrained one that holds the blame, so that you can be aware of my anguish and aware of my pain. Who gave you the right to take my son's life? That pain is worse than cutting me with a two-edged knife. He was mine for me to love and care. Because of you, now my firstborn is no longer here. The disrespect you have concerning life is so wrong. Your generation have no idea how to carry on. It's about time that you all use your sense and shape up. My son waited far too long, and then he ran out of luck. I lost my son, and that was so unfair. Whether you meant it or not is neither here nor there. One thing though, you still have your life, and your mother can watch you go to bed each and every night. I can't picture you because I don't know who you are, but to me, that feels like an added scar. Every day the pain still chokes. Relentlessly I pray to God, please let this be a sick hoax. Truly, I simply can't cope, because my neck feels like it's hung tightly with a thick rope. Unity.
Okay, I'm going to do a song, it's quite relevant. It's by Sam Cooke, it's called Change Is Gonna Come. Yeah. Big up Robyn because he represents change in a big way, you know what I mean? Alright, let's go. I was born in a little tent, and just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, and I know change won't come. Oh, yes it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's out there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, and I know change won't come. Oh, yes it will, yeah. Said I go to and I go downtown, still somebody telling me hang around. It's been a long time coming, and I know change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Still I go to my brother. I say, brother, help me please. But he ends up knocking me back down on my feet. Oh, there were times that I thought I wouldn't last too long. Now I know I'm able to carry on. It's I know change gon' come. Said I know change gon' come. Said I know change gon' come. Oh yes it will, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Round of applause for Robyn. When it's not too busy signing books, he comes out and says, right.
You're going to change on us soon, don't worry.
Can I start with question time?
Go ahead, go ahead.
I have a question for you. Are you paying for my cabaret home?
Bro, I swear you run a corner though, let's be real.
Bro, don't be rating up my dress.
Sir, that don't make no sense.
Hey, bro.
This don't make no sense. Next question. Let's focus on sense. Let's run a corner.
I have a serious question. Gabriel's the funny one. I'm
serious. I'm not funny, I'm serious.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not joking right now, I'm not joking.
Right, so my question is what made you want to write a book to share your experiences? What made you want to do that?
Honestly, I don't. I just want people to keep knowing that I don't. Who the hell wants to tell people how they feel at heart? Which man do you know that wants to admit they're hurt? I just want you lot to tell me. Maybe it's just in my world. Which man do you want to know? Do you guys know that says he's sorry when he does wrong? Which man do you guys know that's not afraid to say he's afraid? People are misunderstanding what Travis is about, and I'm going to say it straight. I'm a soldier, scratch that, I'm a warrior. Soldiers die easily, I'm a warrior. Yeah, and I'm fulfilling a purpose that I know is ordained. I don't want to do it. Just like in the Bible, when Jesus says to God, I don't want to do it, I'm not on it, let your will be done, not mine. It's kind of similar to that. Because there might be a bunch of men from Hackney and Tottenham feels we don't like what I'm saying. Then who has to live with those consequences? Me. If the police decided to send me to prison for something that's in that book, who do you guys think is going to live with that consequence? Are you not going to come visit me in Belmarsh? Alright, but my whole point is this. My point is this. I know you will. Obviously, you ain't got a choice. But what I'm saying is, my main point is really, I've put a lot on the table, a lot at stake. I've brought myself back to the streets, if I have to, if that makes any sense. I've had to go back in time to get the message right. And whoever loves me for what I've done, love to you. And whoever hates me for what I've done, love to you as well. You know what I don't want? There's full love, because you will, if it's not your time to see what I'm saying now, like there man, I'm in prison, wherever you are, on the road, I don't really care where you are, just hear the point. If you miss the message now, it wasn't for you now. Read the book in 10 years' time, then you'll get it. Yeah, it's one of those type of things. If you've got children, think about them. Because a lot of men have got children and they're not handling that business. You're carrying on that road, man, and then youths are picking up that attitude. We've got fathers out here who walk with their kids and man want to see them on the road and bring beef to them. What's the point of being a father if you've got to be with your youth and say, no, because man don't want the beef right now with my youth right now, X, Y, Z. You get what I'm saying to you? So that's the reason why I wrote the book, is to stop this foolishness. I'm going to say it straight. There's a lot of people in the audience who have got love and want to see what I'm about to, that's in that book. And there's a lot of people who want to see my demise. But I love you, whoever said that. Sharon, that sounds like Sharon. It's love. But no, but really, real talk though, my point is this, brother, because you know I always keep it real with you. Yeah? Oh, baby. She's got love for me. I know that she's on my team. But the point I want to make is that there are, maybe people's points of view have changed since coming here today, but I know that there's a lot of people who are very small-minded, no disrespect, that see my actions and judge me off my actions. You judge the book by its cover. A lot of you, I know, have judged the book by its cover. And I don't mean you guys in the audience, I mean people in general have said some things about me that I say, wow, you don't even know a thing about your own area. Holly Street, if you want to know the inside out of Holly Street, people who are from the area, my age, I put my life on the line for you, brothers and sisters. I'm the one who got stabbed. The reason why everyone else didn't get stabbed is because they run. And I'm not disrespecting my brothers. I'm trying to make the people from the area understand, when I get angry in that area, it's out of love. I'm trying to show the youngers not to copy us. And you lot can't see my efforts. So I'm done with the talking, read the book. That's what I'm saying. That's the reason why, brother, I'm done talking. I hope that they learn something from the book, and that's about it. Yeah, that's about it, yeah.
I've got another question, yeah? I've got a question. Was there ever a time when you felt like you were going to stop, like you're going to not write the book, and how did you get over that?
I prayed, straight to the point. I didn't do this book by myself. I don't want anyone to think this guy thinks he's the man. God did this. Without God, we would have given up way long ago. Way long ago. I had a dream about J.D. Brissett, I'm going to say it, in January. It's in the book as well, I'll tell you about the dream. And I was going to give up writing the book. I contacted J.D.'s mum and said, is it alright if I talk about the incidences that have gone on from my perspective? And she gave me the go-ahead. I was going to give up. I sat down and spoke to her and she said, you know what J.D. would have said to you? Don't start something you won't finish. And I was like, alright, I've started it now, and out of respect to all my friends who are dead, I'm gonna fight for them, because I know a lot of people watch the news and see this guy's dead, X, Y, Z. After about a couple of weeks, they're forgotten.
That's right.
In Robyn's eyes, them people aren't dead. I think about my dead friends every day. And it's not because I'm mourning, it's because a part of me believes that they can see where I'm going right now. And I feel like they're carrying me. So it's deeper than GB. Some people understand it's kind of spiritual. It's kind of spiritual. Not everyone can touch that spiritual side, so I'm just going to leave it there. It's not everyone.
Yeah, Robyn.
Hold on, have we got any questions from the crowd? Put your hand up for your question.
Yes, we've got a question here from Michaela.
Hi Robyn, you're right. Just a quick question. I've got the book, and my brother's currently growing up in Holly Street now, and he's 14. And I'm seeing him go through the conflict where he wants to hear his mum's voice and his teacher's voice, but his peers' voices are obviously stronger and louder. Do you think me giving him your book, does your book give off the perspective where he might read it as a 14-year-old and think that it's glorifying the role, that he thinks, yeah, boom, I want to be a so-called Batman, or he can read it and take away and think, boom, does your book show the turnaround that you made?
I was forced to consider death from a long time. Yeah? Have you heard that? Got stabbed in my chest with a long knife. Can you imagine all that blood on your jumper? That ish would make you want to take a brother's number. Planning to murder with my anger and rage. Have me stabbed in the docks on a murderous case. I bust the case, thank the Lord for a second chance. I had to turn southpaw, create a different stance. Now I'm just not even going to go into the rest of the tune. But what I'm saying to you is, my lyrics are the way I write. I wouldn't be here today if I was glamorizing the streets. I would be like certain man rapping gangster lyrics. There was nothing gangster about what I said. So I think hopefully that answers your question. There's a teaching, there's a message, and there's a blessing. That's it. So you have to read it and then you can hold me back and go again.
Any more questions?
I'd like to say I'm very, very proud of you because I've known you a very long time. And what I'd like to say is, what did you get from going, by going to university, did that inspire you to write your book as well?
Uni, I found quite depressing because I was doing youth justice and criminology. And being in lectures, there's a lot of my friends here from uni as well, being in lectures, I found it hard to listen to what the hell the teachers were saying. I wasn't inspired by what their idea of youth justice and criminology was, or the theory, and it's nothing really motivated me. So I kind of fell into a depression, if that makes any sense. I felt like I needed answers. Yeah, so like I was saying, something about uni just made me feel like they weren't putting in enough explanation. Everyone's talking, no one ain't lived it. Like, I don't understand how you lot can talk on an issue that you haven't lived. I don't understand, personally, I'm going to be real with everyone. I don't understand how people can judge my book in any form of negative way. You haven't read the thing, shut your mouth. Read the thing, at least wait and read the thing. Whoever's come from Hackney to Tottenham today, I love you. It shows that you think outside of the box. It's about being able to have that confidence to go where you want to go, be who you want to be. You're saying to me about being honest. Be honest. I'm going to say it in front of everyone today, I am no gangster. You hear me carefully. I could have written a book and said I'm a gangster, I'm a bad boy, and the rest of it. I am no gangster. I would just fight anyone on the face of the earth. That's the difference. And because of that attitude, it got me into a lot of problems. You get what I'm saying to you? So, just the confidence, Mom. I don't even know how to answer that question. Just the confidence that my son's come up here and read what he's read. My daughters, she wasn't confident anyway, but just that fact that they're confident. And I'm trying to protect their future, because really I've got daughters. And I think everyone needs to be kind of on point with this. I've got daughters, and they're going to be bringing home bad boys. I have to become their father if they ain't got no father. I have to adopt them as my own kids. And that's what everyone needs to do. Everyone needs to play a part and do their role. So I think that's probably the best way I can answer.
Make some noise for Robyn Travis again, the man is
Hi, my name is Viv and you're watching Black Vision Television. We're here today at the book launch of Robyn Travis's book, Prisoners to the Streets, and I'm here with Prince from the Keynote Foundation.
Beautiful.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. My input towards this book has been all about supporting Robyn, encouraging Robyn on the journey. You know, we all need that when we've decided to stand up and go on a difficult journey that's going to make a huge difference to your community and to people's lives. And so I've just been there as another fellow soldier, encouraging Robyn as he's going through the process, you know, of healing that he's gone through while he's gone through this book. So, you know, I'm honoured to be a part of this. Truly, I'm honoured.
And is that what you do? Are you a mentor in your job?
I mentor young people. I run the Keynote Foundation. I go out to schools, I go out to unis, go to prisons, I go anywhere your young people are disenfranchised, so we can begin to get them to believe and understand, and just really understand that God has made them to be great and they can achieve anything that they envision and see. So I just help them along that journey and empower them to be able to do that and get where they need to get to.
What would your main message be to the youth on the street who are tied up in these gang code wars and postcode wars? And
it's really simple. Take a moment to think about what your actions are creating, because those same actions that you are perpetrating right here today, they will come to haunt you in your own future. You could be me in the future, going to your youth that you were brought up into this world to the gravestone. But the only difference is you was the one that created that life for your young person. And, you know, they've got to understand that they're going to be repping their ends in their 30s and their 40s. No, you ain't. What you're going to want to do is have a life that you can be an example to your young people, hopefully, so they can aspire to have a job and be intelligent and do well. Not to be out there with guns and knives and just doing all the negative things that are bringing down your community. They talk about repping their ends. Postcodes as if they love their area. If you love something, aren't you going to do something positive towards that thing? But all I can see is negative actions towards an area, whatever area it may be, that you are perpetrating, saying that you love. And I can't see the love in there. I can see a lot of hate and I can see a lot of bad actions.
And we're here with
Dotun Adebayo.
And what is it that you do?
Well, most of the time I'm a presenter on BBC Radio 5 Live and BBC London. I present news and current affairs programmes, but by daytime I'm a book publisher. I've been publishing books, express books, for the last 20 years. This is our 20th anniversary. We published books like Yardie, Baby Father back in the day and so on, Cop Killer, Wicked in Bed, and Prisoner to the Streets is our latest book.
So how do you think that the book's going, the response you're getting from it?
Well, it's been amazing. I mean, Les Ferdinand is here today. He's been a supporter of the book. The book is incredible, non-stop reading. I've read it about 100 times because I edited it with the author. And a fantastic turnout tonight, full house, you know, standing room only, people who can't get in and so on. And as you know, everybody's been full of love for both Robyn, the author, Robyn Travis, and the book Prisoner to the Streets.
What do you hope to get from the release of this book? What would you like to see?
Well, the release now is like the ghetto release, if I can put it that way. This is the street release. The book was written for the people who Robyn doesn't want to follow his example. He wants to stop kids following his example. In badness, that is. And this launch is for them. There's going to be a launch at the end of January 2013 for the knobs, if you like, you know, the sort of the literati or the whatever you want to call them, you know. So from this, I would like people to read it, first and foremost. I mean, if one copy gets passed around rather than sold, that's fine. If people can change their lives as a result of it, then I think we've done it.
Okay, that's That's fantastic. We're here backstage with Judith Jacobs, and she's come along to support Robyn Travis, and just like to ask you, you've come along, and what is it you've come along to do? Show your support? Are you trying to help promote the book?
No, I came here because I was at work, so I got in late, but I knew that it was going to be on, and I've heard Robyn a few times. I've heard him do some poetry. I've heard him, I don't know if rap's the right word, but I've heard him spit some lyrics, and I've heard him on the radio. He's a very articulate man, and he's also a friend of my daughter. So I thought if he's going to be here, I want to hear him in all his glory with a good audience to be able to question him and hear him speak and give out his information.
Yeah. What do you think about the book and the content of the book, what the book's about?
Right, I haven't read the book yet, and all I've got is what he's told me, but I think, well, no, I don't think. I know that we need to hear the voices of the people, the young men that are affected of what's going on the road right now. And as a mother of I've got a daughter, but I've got nephews, and they are very tempted by the world of outside. And some lady said it there, and I thought it was an excellent question, that she's got a 14-year-old, and would this book help him to be swayed to listen to the voice of the house as opposed to the voice of the street? And he couldn't answer that properly, of course, because he doesn't know that. But what he can say is that his experience is there, and he's not glamorising what's going on, because that's important. That we stop making it sound like it's really cool to lose your life before you're 18. Yeah. It's not cool.
Is this a cause that you would normally put support behind? Is this something that you're strong and passionate about, the use of today?
Yes.
Personally?
Yeah. Because I'm not the mother of a child that's left this world, but I cry like the mothers that's left their children in this world. And so we're all affected. You know, there's a saying that says one hand can't clap. And we as people who are living right now, we need to go back to, if somebody's on the road and they're not behaving themselves, you've got to say, what are you doing? Yeah. You can't be doing that. And I know that people are frightened to do that. But I want people to do that to my nephew and go, what are you doing? You can't talk to people like that. Fix up.
Yeah, old school behaviour. Yeah. Well, do you think that there's enough support behind the book? What would you say about getting people here to read the book and pass the message on?
Okay, I would say this turnout is excellent. There was not enough seats. And I myself was very impressed that this amount of people turned out. And what I would like is another time, is for, because people probably didn't realise what he was saying, I would like to be able to have my nephews down and other people to bring their young ones down, you know, the 18-year-olds, the 16-year-olds, the 15, the 14-year-olds, who are very influenced by what's going on the road as opposed to the house. So the turnout was excellent. He had an audience of people that gave him love and support for saying what he's saying. So yeah.
That's brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much for
Okay,
cheers.
Thank you.
How do you feel about the book being released, as there are some personal emotions attached to the book for yourself?
Okay, I'm obviously aware of the book and being part of some of the growth that Robyn's gone through in terms of putting the book together, and contributed to the book as well, myself and my son. You have to read the book to really get the idea of what that's all about, but there's some letters from my son, and there's a part that I've put in there myself to give my the example from my experiences in relation to incidents that took place. Yeah, Robyn's come far. He's come far. Our beginning hasn't been what the end has been, and this is something that has been ordained from the beginning. It's been something that God has had his hands on from the beginning. When you read the book, you're getting more of an insight into the spiritual aspect of the book and the anointing that's on this book as well, because this book here it's been written to touch other children, young people, children, adults, mothers, fathers. It's a lesson for everybody. Our communities are dying. We're dying as a nation, as a people, and something has to be done, and Robyn's taken that step and he's making a change, and I'm very proud of him.
Just wanted to ask you, how do you feel about the youth today and the relationships between them and their parents, and what it contributes to the behaviour of the youth today? Do you think that it comes from home, the behaviour first of all, or do you think it's a mix of home, the streets? What do you think the parents could do to help the situation that we're going through with the youth of today?
Okay, there's a lot of dysfunction within the homes. A lot of that dysfunction comes from single parent families. I'm not blaming single parents, I'm saying there are single parent families. Fathers, be fathers to your children. That's what I'm asking you to do. Be a father to your children. Be a father to your sons and to your daughters. Let your daughters have a standard. Let them know that this is how a man's supposed to be treating them. This is the sort of person that they should be engaging with, who they shouldn't engage with. Teach your men, your boys, your children, your male children to be men, to be presentable, to be honourable. So we as women can respect them for who they should be within our communities. That's not happening. Parents, parent your children. Know where your children are, especially your boys. Girls are fast becoming part of this gang culture. How do you not know where your child is? When I'm hearing about children that are being stabbed at 11 o'clock at night, or where's your child? Because I know that my 14 and 15-year-olds at home with me. I'd like to know where yours is, and that disturbs me, because why don't we know where our children are? Look after your children, be a parent.
Of course. And obviously you are mentioned in the book, and there are some personal issues.
Names are changed.
Yeah. How has it made you feel? Has it brought up any emotions?
Absolutely. My little piece in the book will give, I wrote that. It wasn't rehearsed. I just got up in the morning and I wrote it. So as it is in the book was how it was, it was wrote. There's been a display of emotions between me and my son, Robyn, because Robyn's my son now. And I love him so much, because I'm so proud of him. Today's been a very emotional night, a lot more emotional than I ever expected. I was looking forward to coming today, and as I was getting ready to come here, I just felt like I'd hit a brick wall, and I had this display of emotions that I couldn't understand where they were coming from. Being here today, it's been a very tearful experience for me, because I'm aware of other people in the audience who have lost their children. I'm fortunate because my son was stabbed. He was an innocent participant in what was going on, and he was stabbed. But I'm not visiting a grave. I've got my son. It happened when he was 17. He's 27 now, and I have my baby. But there's parents out there that don't, and I was ever conscious that I was feeling all these emotions, but there was other people in the audience that were feeling so much more than what I was feeling. My heart was breaking for them. We've got to stop this. This has to stop. We have to stop killing our children. I've got a 15-year-old now who, I'm not scared about him picking the wrong girl up. I'm scared about if he's going to come home alive. And he's a child that comes straight on from school. So I'm scared about him coming home from school to home. I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't have to worry about that. He shouldn't have to worry about whether he had to explain the other day to somebody who stopped him on a Saturday what area he came from. We live in South London, and he was asked, "What area do you come from, bruv?" And he was like, what do you want to know what area I come from? And this person went into their pocket, and he had to start praying. My son told me he had to start praying, and then this person realised how young he was, and then he left him alone. So, what are we dealing with? Just fix up.
What would you say to any young person thinking of reading the book? Why would you promote to them to read it? What do you think they could get out of it?
Life changes. You can get inspired. You can look at somebody else's life and their lifestyle and know that you can change. You can change I've been there. I've done things in my past. There's things that I've done in my past that, you know, I've more or less every experience I've had, but I made a change. So it's never too late. And if you read this book, it's going to make a difference to your life. It's power, it's truth, and it's anointed. And God has made this Robyn write this book for you.
Thank you. Thank you ever so much for being here. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm with a few people who attended here today. Just wanted to find out your opinions of today, how you think the book launch went.
It's fantastic. What I'd like to say is that Robyn did this on his own. He did this event on his own. Every aspect of it, he did it on his own. And he's come a long way. I just want to say how proud I am of you, Robyn. And remember that God is number one, and what got you here and the reasons why you're doing what you're doing. And also what I liked about the event, sorry to jump from one thing to another, was that it's about the young people. Robyn always say it's not about him, it's about the young people. So that was what's beautiful about this.
What message do you think came across today?
I think there was a lot of people who felt that the book made it across as quite negative. They felt that maybe he was showing off a little bit and not really trying to get a message across. I've read a bit myself this morning, and he's definitely getting that message across to all the young people out there, all the older people out there, letting them know that it's not the way forward. He was one of the lucky ones to get out of the struggle that a lot of these young people are facing. So I urge everybody to buy the book. It's only £10. Read it from front to back, and pass it on to all the people you love.
From a male perspective, what would you say about the launch today, the book, the content? Do you think?
I think the launch went very well. I was surprised about the turnout. I'm not surprised, I was happy for the turnout.
You think it was a good turnout?
A good turnout. It was a good crowd. I wouldn't say there's too much I could learn from him. I've known him for a while, and his life teaches me and enlightens me. So very proud of him. Looking forward to the next step in his journey, and hopefully you will embrace the book, as you said, properly, because it's only £10, and hopefully you learn something.
And what would you say about the youth of today? What is your feeling about them personally? Do you feel the same way that saying that it's a major problem?
I'd rather keep my opinion to that to myself, no disrespect, but I think a lot could be learned from the book, and hopefully a lot of the youngers that are out here not even causing trouble, just a bit lost, find a bit of direction and maybe learn from his story.
Thank you for talking to us today. Thank you.
BlackVisionsTV.